What do you get when you cross a poet with a composer, a conductor, a symphony orchestra, record producers, about 100 microphones, miles of cables, and then add thousands of children? Well, what you get is something to behold.
Behold the bold Umbrellaphant.
I'm writing for things that kids care about. I write about funny animals, I write about food fights, I write about school, I write about sports. I write about people just like themselves. And to see their faces light up, listening and laughing and just enjoying themselves, it's wonderful for me.
His Umbrellaphant stories are so colorful and funny and verbally clever. They appeal on many levels. I mean, the kids just absolutely eat it up. But then there's a few puns in there that I know only the grown-ups are going to get. So Prelutsky puts these words together and brings all of them to life.
It takes away the minutes, and it has a second hand. We watch it for an hour, and it never goes astray. There's nothing like a clocktopus to tell the time of day.
So do you feel like, does anybody feel like they could imitate the sound with their voice? Marley?
I was sitting and looking on the internet and realized that the Poetry Foundation had just named the first children's poet laureate. And I was just perusing the work of Jack Prelutsky and found his incredible poems and thought, wow, these need to be put to music.
She said, you know, I have this idea of Behold the Bold Umbrellaphant, and it's a children's storybook.
The ballpoint penguin and the clocktopus and just their names led me to think these would be really cool for kids.
You need to have, in this case, a book that seemed to work very well, and then you need to look for composers, and we found someone that we thought could do an excellent job.
And Lucas was just perfect. We could not have asked for a better person. And the combination of Jack and Lucas has been really very, very exciting, and some people have called it magical, and it really has been a magical combination of talents.
In putting the piece together, it became, at first I was exhilarated, and then I was very nervous. So I decided to take your last name and set each of the letters in your name to music. So I was able to take Prelutsky and turn those notes into Jack's own fanfare. Prelutsky is the running theme that ties all 17 poems together.
I have my own anthem.
Yes, you do.
I know no one else with my own anthem.
Your own fanfare.
With their own anthem. I have a fanfare.
In E flat. No.
Because it's a piece that is written specifically for children, one thing that we like to do for the teachers and the students is help them prepare for the concert experience. For Behold the Bold Umbrellaphant, Jack made it very easy for us because with this book we can link it to English language arts and link it to poetry and different forms of poetry.
Marvel, precision, muddle, swagger. He uses such specific words, and your voice needs to bring that word to life.
How it should sound.
Did you find a particular word that you want to emphasize?
Probably that one or that one. Probably circumnavigates or reverberates.
Reverberates, that's a great sound. The word itself has a great sound to it, doesn't it? Reverberates, it's like an echo, it's reverberates.
I get to be the pan thermometer, so that's my favorite part. So that's fun, but I think overall, Lucas really wrote some great music that supports the poetry. It's really informative, or I guess you could call it educational, but it's more fun. You end up learning, but you're having fun doing it. So for kids, I think it's going to be a great project.
The sun is up, and on the plain we see and hear the links of chain, which, dazzling in the early light, is truly a resplendent sight.
This is our gift, not only to get the musical exposure to the young people, but for myself, I feel that it's important mandate or vision to reach out, to always touch young people's senses.
I'm inspired to try new things and try what they did, and that made me feel awesome.
It made me interested in get some animals and combine them with objects and do more poetry, like snake knife, a snake that has a lot of knives in his body.
I can't really choose between the pan thermometer and the swan. The toadster. I can imagine myself playing up there with them. It was fun. I would like to write poetry now, because it's really interesting and fun.
Happy faces, lots of smiles. They loved it, and I could tell it was real. Children are the best critics in the world because they have no filter. You know how they feel. And when they're happy, you know you have something good going on.
Once I heard the final piece performed and saw the audience response, I really wanted it to be recorded because it seemed a shame to just perform it, over a period of a year, maybe 12 or 14 times, and that was it. It needed to be recorded and shared with, thousands and thousands of more families and kids.
But we all know that recording in America with major orchestras just really isn't done anymore. It is very expensive. So we said, if you can find funding, we will go to the next level and make it happen.
The exposure is just tremendous, for our orchestra to have a recording. Aside from the touring, by appearing in person, recording still is the best, that they be known outside San Diego.
The musicians were the ones who really took the lead and said, we need to record this.
We knew in our hearts for sure that it was just a matter of time before, if we didn't hop on the bandwagon, that another orchestra was going to do it.
The musicians did a bake sale to raise funds for it.
We were all ourselves so enthusiastic about it. I think it's a little bit infectious, actually.
This project took a lot of help from a lot of different people and groups and foundations. The National Endowment for the Arts helped, and J.P. Morgan Chase.
The Lyndon Root Dickinson Foundation, that's locally here in San Diego. The Poetry Foundation out of Chicago, a very generous member of the board who stepped up with a challenge grant to really push the project because she was very, very supportive of it. And there were a lot of board members who realized that this was a great opportunity.
A lot of things I do excite me, but this one was so tangible. There was an audience that I love, children, and there was music, which is, a wonderful art form. We had to do it. San Diego Symphony had to be the people to record this wonderful music.
Farewell, farewell, Umbrellaphant. It's time we finally parted. We now conclude our merriment precisely where we started.
And I think we're all so fortunate to be working with an organization where creativity is what makes the organization tick. To see something go from an idea to watching the musicians on the stage playing a new piece of music and then watching the audience react, taking it through that full cycle is something that doesn't happen very often, and it's been a real gift in terms of just making everything fun. It's a fun piece of music. The people have been so much fun. The whole experience has been really fun.